Okay, I think I'm always humming to myself. Okay. Hi, hello, and welcome to the sermon for the Revolving Door series brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Ablosi. I'll be your oracle today. We are having sound and video problems that will be rectified soon. Everything is getting situated. Just bear with us. The show must go on. Okay, so in a few minutes after the broadcast, I will put the link to the rest of the series in the show notes. I'm just going to read a sermon right quick. So we talked about karmic partnerships, and the revolving door is about allowing energy to be purged because it's culminating. Typically, we've learned our lesson. It could be other things, I'm sure. And when we're in a union, it's not always with a person. It could be a place or thing. Typically, ask the question: are they feeding you? Are they financing you? Then you're in a union with this person. But an intimate union, intimacy, right? Depth, vulnerability, openness, that's intimacy. Okay. So there needs to be some kind of aligning because we're in a culmination. And for the feminine, it's going to need to be self-worth and value. Now, the card that we pulled for the combined energy, we had the twin flame card, which is the Temperanza, okay, or Solvi, if you are a Mr. H person. Anything that represents the loco, the legba that we sit around during some of the ceremonies in multiple different traditions, not just Vodoun. Basically, it's the oversoul. This is where you get the overstanding versus understanding versus understanding. So this came out to clarify this. This is the overall energy for both parties. This is from Alana Fairchild, Sacred Rebel. Okay, we got a glare situation. Okay, so if this card comes out to clarify this, it is talking about rejuvenation, healing, temperance. It is about understanding how you are the primal soul, the individualized spirit of this overarching overall soul. So how does the God of everything come down and live within you? Okay, how does eternity give you some type of right now, right here on this earth? And just looking at this card, I'm seeing the sacred spiral. I'm seeing going back into the mother's womb. I'm hearing the word Pachamama, which is the earth. I'm hearing that Joni Mitchell song, we are stardust, still in a year of carbon. We are golden, stuck in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So this looks like somebody that got lost for a while, and they finally found their mama, the earth, the womb, and now they're crying. They're just in there purging out all the fear, purging out all the devil, purging out all the Satan, which is the adversary, the thing that separated you from your eternal nature, the thing that separated you from your eternal spirit. So why don't we go ahead and read this, break it down, break it down. I don't know why that's coming through, but they're saying that. Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure that's relevant to somebody out there. Okay. The situation is not pleasant. I feel very messy, unrefined, and elegant, but the show must go on. Okay, we got to get this out because I am behind on the work, and I got to get this mission square ready because it's coming. Okay, so you are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This will not necessarily come from lying about somewhere or taking a moment out of, or taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You're most likely to gain what you need by breaking with your routine completely and doing something very different. You need some variety, some spice, some change to bring you fresh energy into the body, into the mind, and into your heart. You need to restore and revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. You can stimulate this process by going to a different place, meeting different people, and taking different action than what you usually or normally do. You can return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you still. However, it is now time to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. It is time to move without pushing yourself too much beyond what is all familiar, meaning be like bamboo, bend but don't break. This oracle comes with a message from the great loving guardian, which is life itself. You have been working so hard and you have been so accomplished. You have accomplished so much already. However, you often sell your accomplishments short and focus on how much more is yet to be done. Life is telling you that it is time to put down that paintbrush, that pen, that endless list of thinking in the mind and get into your body. Take time to experience yourself and nature. Remember how to just be. In doing so, even for a single moment, relatively short amounts of time, you will feel more and more yourself and more ready for the next phase. You might be surprised what just a day or two can do for you. Restoration does not have to be a long and involved process, especially if it is attended to when needed. This oracle is a confirmation that you are in an important transition phase between one level of experience and the very next. If you feel as though you are trending, or excuse me, if you feel as though you're treading water or are in a short purgatory, somewhere between your old life and your new life, then this is particularly applicable to you. If you cannot break into a level that you are reaching for, have faith. You are just taking a breather between races. Soon you will have the power, the strength, the energy, and the stamina that you need to reach that very next level and to succeed. If you've been surrendering, well, it doesn't want to be read anymore. I'm just going to say it like that. Surrender to what's coming, and what you resist persists. So the situation is that all the breaking, all of this forcing, all of this wanting, all of the why of the why of the why, the how, the list, the replaying, the going on, and then what happened, why did it happen, why can't this happen, why can't it just be? We need to break. We need to go into this place of stillness and be in our body and be in nature. It is hard to breathe sometimes. And when you breathe, it's not about breath in, breath out. It's about centering in your power center, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your place in this world, your power center, being present in oneself. Showing up and taking an active participatory role in one's own life means being comfortable with the self, being alone with the self, and being fine with what is. It doesn't mean you can't want more. It doesn't mean you can't hope for bigger, brighter, and better. It means if you don't experience and revere, have reverence for this exact moment, the future is always going to be scary. The past is always going to hurt. If you love yourself right here, right now, knowing that you're improving for bigger, brighter, and better, then you can experience bliss in this moment. To replenish and to restore means to accept where you are and to accept that sometimes rest is needed because things get chaotic for a reason. Think of it this way: it's like the rat in the food at the restaurant. I call it the end user customer. I'm a business person from a former life, so I call it the end user. Even the client at the table, the end user. What happens when some little mouse gets in the food? And think about it. What happened? Did it happen on the fields during, harvesting? Did it happen, in the factory during, production? Did it happen in the transportation during processing? Did it happen in the kitchen during? Did the rat get in there in the kitchen during, preparation? But how the hell, HE double hockey sticks, did this little rat salad get delivered to the end user? How no waiter, how no kitchen manager, how no chef ain't gonna see. So when you're doing this replacing, replenishing, restoring, you're going through the whole process, but you're not going through the whole process for the why of the why of the why of the why. It's the acceptance. Yeah, that happened. Oh crap. Yeah, that happened. Oh geez. Yeah, that happened. Oh SHIT. You know, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. First of all, you gotta forgive yourself for who you had to be to get to where it is, how it is, what it is. And see what it is, how it is, where it is. You don't need to be like that forever, forever, ever, forever. You just need to accept that this is the stepping stone on to the next. And the acceptance, the self-acceptance, the self-affirmation, that's the. And then when you breathe in, you can look towards the future because you're no longer looking to the past, because these emotions are happening in the present. Thoughts are above the heart, feelings are below the heart. Emotions are in the present. Energy, emotions, they get either processed as ideas that turn into thinking, they get processed as emotions, get also processed as feelings that make us past. So if you're in the past, if you're in the future, how you're shitting on the present. And you get lost, we get lost. So we need a guidance system, a mechanism, and the why of the why, the how of the how, it's gonna take you away from your authentic self, your true nature. So all you need to do is say, okay, I'm right here right now. What am I thinking? What am I wanting? What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking? What am I wanting? What am I feeling right now? So usually something wants to be spoken, and usually this thing that needs to be spoken is our own truth. And if you're out of alignment with your own truth because you're thinking about what some man did, if you're out of alignment with your own truth because you're thinking what other people are gonna say, if you're out of alignment with your own truth because you're in your shame or your guilt, so you're thinking about the why, the how are you supposed to replenish? You're taking from dirty sources to feed what's alive inside. You're taking from external sources to feed what's alive inside. How is it supposed to restore, replenish? See, what you need is calm. What you need is comfort, not comfort in terms of soothing, comfort in terms of acceptance, because in order for things to change, you have to change. But see, the product, the impetus of change is when you realize that nothing is going to be better inside until the outside doesn't matter. Sometimes the outside can't be changed, and what needs to change is on the inside. And the only way to do that is by sweeping the floor, clearing the space in your heart so that you can reside. I know I can't focus in filth. If the room is untidy, mama is lunatic, okay? What's it for you? Okay, so we have a little exercise. Let's talk about it. Healing process. Imagine you are floating in the ocean that has colors of turquoise and deep green, darkest deep blue. Notice the colors feel good. Enter and remain in that space for as long as you like. The water may be warm, it may be sparkling, it may be shadowed, it may be heated by the sun, or cool, deep, and mysterious. Allow for whatever feels good to you. When you're ready, open your eyes and break that routine of yours. You will have completed the healing process. Yes, if you're in this monotonous thing that's driving you crazy, if you see you driving off a cliff, honey, be willing to make a left turn or right turn. Don't be sitting there saying, oh my gosh, a cliff. Why is there a cliff here? Who told me to drive towards this cliff? In the moment you're driving towards the cliff, does it really matter? Doesn't it only matter that you're with yourself and alive within yourself and not driving off the cliff? See, getting caught up in that why of the why, sometimes it's harmful. Sometimes it's going to kill you. And let me tell you what true death is. True death is when there's nothing alive inside, when you've given your power away because it's been stolen from you or conditioned and programmed out of you. And that's when being alive inside is a scary and horrible place to be, because you start thinking thoughts you don't want to think, you start feeling feelings you don't want to think because you believe there's nothing you can do about it. See, when you accept defeat is when you're really done. And see, the saddest part, the most tragic part of a broken heart isn't the beginning. I mean, isn't the ending, it's the start. When you have to accept the fact that your heart is broken, that you need some healing, that's not what hurts. It's those moments when you lied to yourself on the way to the realization that you bought a lie. That's what hurts. And see, this replenishing, this restoring, this rejuvenation is to feel yourself with your own truth, with your own light. That's the secret, my dear. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you today. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. You know, what's also coming through is this turquoise, this dark blue. These are river colors, oceanic, the Hosu. And see, the thing about the Hosu is they love their rest. They love their rejuvenation. They work really hard for Lisagwadu, but they're unapologetic about their nature. See, the Hosu, especially some, they're the ones who have that diva to them. You know, Oshun comes from the river too. These are the river spirits. Oshun, Osumare, Tohosu, those spirits. You know, even at Jakpa, the crocodile, you think crocodile's gonna snap at everybody. That crocodile knows when things don't belong in a certain space. Ain't no man is a plan. Ain't no shame, ain't no guilt has any place. Okay, so take these with you, my dear, my dear. Love on yourself. Give yourself some rest. It's okay. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be hurt inside. You know, sometimes you just want to be alone and cry a little hard to sleep. It's okay. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad inside. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be numb inside. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have hurt inside. It's okay to have pain inside. You know, because sometimes you got to be alone and cry yourself to sleep. So that deep blue, that turquoise, is talking about returning to stillness, returning to the womb of creation. And you see, the best way to do that is to sit with yourself and laugh at everything that tries to come inside. And see, it's not easy to get there, but honey, when you get it, don't let it go, because it's tough job as if you can get it. Please tell a sister how, okay? Love you much, take good care of yourself. Please be well, make good decisions, rest up, take refuge, take sanctuary in the eternal, because the right now, the right here, it's just one tiny fraction of your true authentic self.